Friends, I'm starting the class 2020 AIApget questions. 16 questions are there. We'll go in detail. So I told you the next classes I'll be clearing it. So if possible today itself or tomorrow we'll be covering all the question papers of AIApget 2024. I mean till 2023. That is 7 question papers. Till now we have covered 3 questions. So this is 2020 first question. It is one of the very interesting question paper because a mixture of Clark Materia Medica, JTK and Materia Medica, and also the common names, everything is covered. It's a very balanced question paper of 2020, soon after the COVID. That is the post-COVID first question paper, you can say 2020. It was a late exam because of COVID and all. So the first question is acute cerebral or basilar meningitis with threatened effusion, nocturnal hallucination, wakes from sleep frightened, screaming when epis, hellebores or sulfur, though well selected, fail to improve, is a symptom of. So the answer is tuberculinum. So it is one of the lengthiest question, but we have a very good clues, but very close running also, because by seeing some terms like basilar meningitis etc., we may have some confusion. So this question when you deal, you will have to go through the head symptoms of Veratrum viridae in Materia Medica keynote, especially because if at all the option had Veratrum viridae, it will be very close running, because in Veratrum viridae we will study the common name also then and there itself. So green hellebore. So you know the family of Veratrums, Melanthaceae. So Melanthaceae, green hellebore. So Veratrum nervous system, if you see, convulsions with dim vision. The next term I am going to focus is basilar meningitis. That is also coming inside the basilar meningitis is coming in Veratrum viridae. And also head retracted, child on the verge of spasm. This is the presentation of Veratrum viridae. Basilar meningitis with the head retracted and child on the verge of spasm. So why I am telling this is all the close running related similar things we will study and go. So tuberculinum, this is the symptom of tuberculinum, and tubercular head symptoms, that is if you see. And the next question, a man aged 40 years. So this is a case scenario from the Materia Medica keynotes and boring here and there points. They have made it into a case as if a person is presenting in front of you. So a man aged 40 years came to OPD complaining of headache, vertigo with a sense of stupefaction. So stupefaction sensation, headache is there. Then because of which he was unable to think or perform any mental labor. Unable to think or perform any mental labor. Headache was apt to be worse on exposure to the sun ray or under gaslight. Very, very interesting. The patient was greatly depressed in spirits, wholly occupied with sad thoughts. So I told you always, while doing the homeopathic subject especially, you bring an answer before reading the options. Bring an answer to your mind. That's why I give the animations like this. So that will give you an answer in your brain, like Glonoin or Ratram or such remedies. Then you go through the options. Then it will strike to you. Then also, if it is very close running, you have to go through the question again, so that you can reduce the negatives. That is the very important aspect I want to focus today. See, first itself Glonoin is there, so we will have a tendency to answer Glonoin. But the last option, natrum cap, is also very close running. So you will connect everything. Stupefaction, depressed in spirit, occupied in sad thoughts, gaslight, exposure to sun ray can be common. But these points, so answer is natrum cap actually. It's a very, very interesting question, very good question. So if you see the natrum cap Materia Medica, it is not very exact paragraph or exact sentence is taken as a question. So inability to think or perform any mental labor, that is one point of natrum cap. Then another point is causes headache. By thinking, by doing mental labor, they get headache and feels stupefied if he tries to exert himself. So stupefaction, sense of stupefaction. So exact words we may not get. They might have reframed the question. The Materia Medica lines, they might have reframed. So here it is stupefied, they have made it to stupefaction, sense of stupefaction. Then comprehension slow, difficult, Then imbecility. These are the points from Natram Cup. Other points are is wholly occupied with sad thought. It is placed somewhere else in the keynote. Wholly occupied with sad thought. Another point of Natram Cup. Headache from sun or working under gaslight. That is another point. So 4 points of Natram Cup, and Natram Cup is the answer. Okay. So other remedies like clonoin, etc., the Mac-Cup, Glenoin, Lactandin, everything you have to read once. So what I understood by reading 2020 onwards question paper is, if you are preparing for next year AIApget, 2025 AIApget, or a UPSC which is coming, or you are preparing for a top rank in the next year like 2025, you have to read Allen's keynote remedies from, not only from Allen's keynote, the same remedies you have to read from Boric then and there itself. Similarly, simultaneously, you have to collect all the interesting information, unique informations from Clark Materia Medica also. This is basic actually. At least this you should do. Then extra information is actually J.T. Kent and Nash. This is a must actually. These three are must, and J.T. Kent plus Nash. I am speaking to the toppers, first 50 people. All India rank 50, up to 50 people should have a habit of doing this. Okay. Without doing this also people are becoming toppers. But the thing is that for being in the safer side, so that the 50% of the question paper, Materia Medica, organon, repertory, pharmacy, if you are master in that, you are in a very safe position. Whatever you are getting extra from the other subjects is bonus. So the allied subjects you have to study. Nothing you can skip if you are a topper. But you have a safer side if you are very thorough in Materia Medica, organon, repertory. Okay. So Allen's keynote, Boric, Clark. So because some of the common names which are not found in Boric or Allen's keynote but in Clark, that is there. Some of the unique symptoms, like for example Schussler's pulsatilla, Calisulf, that is there in Clark, exactly mentioned like that. Calisulf is the Schussler's pulsatilla. But if you see Allen's, the vegetable analog of pulsatilla is not Calisulf. According to Allen, it is Calimure. So I will come to that in a question. So I was analyzing this kind of tendencies. So you have to be very sure about this thing. Okay. Next is children pale, rachitic, dwarfed and stunted in growth, mentally dull and weak is found in. So this is adapted to kind of first paragraph. Almost all the remedies are having which constitution, which kind of people, which group, which age group it is adapted. That is mentioned. So children who are pale, rachitic, dwarfed and stunted in growth, mentally dull and weak is found in. So medorinum, sorainum, syphilinum and tuberculinum. Answer is medorinum. Yeah, medorinum. And the sentences you get from Materia Medica is children pale, rachitic, dwarfed and stunted in growth. Also, still here you can compare the same symptoms with Baraita carb also. And mentally dull and weak, that is there in medorinum. So if you see the mouth symptom of syphilinum, what is there as dwarfed in syphilinum? If you see syphilinum, mouth, teeth, decay at the edge of gum and break off. This is a very important symptom. Why I am comparing teeth here? Because in that one sentence is there, teeth are cupped, edges are serrated, and dwarfed in size. So the teeth symptom you will get this dwarfed word. So if you are connecting similar questions, chain questions, dwarfed in size. So why? You see, if a teeth symptom of a presentation of a child with this teeth symptoms, you are getting confused between Thuja, Neserium, Medorinum, Syphilinum, all these remedies. Still, if you have this unique word in your brain, dwarfed in size is Syphilinum, teeth dwarfed in size is Syphilinum, then it is easy for you to answer. All other you can remember easily. Converge at their tip, that is Staphysagree and Syphilinum. Okay. Now you will have to read the Sorainum child also, very important, Sorainum child. So that is also very close running, something very similar, very important. Okay. Now here the answer is Medorinum, mentally dull and weak children, rachitic, dwarfed, stunted in growth. Next is Kent based question, very nice question, because you cannot answer this without reading Kent Materia Medica, because it is not found anywhere else. In the previous question papers also it is not found. So it is a very fresh question from Kent's Materia Medica. But in this same question paper you can see one 15th question from Aconite, Kent Materia Medica. Without reading the Kent Materia Medica also you can answer, because the option is like that, very easy one. Because of the option the question became easy. But some people will be there who after reading that they will skip the question with the fear of negative mark. But by seeing the option, it is very easy. I'll show you the question. But here, this question you can read only, answer only by reading the Materia Medica of Kent. According to J.T. Kent, the antidote for the poisonous effects of the sting of honeybee in person who are sensitive to it is. So, which is the medicine? We may think, okay, Apis mellifica is the answer because we read this in Apis mellifica, because honeybee, something related to honeybee, it is there in the Apis mellifica, Materia Medica. So the answer is carbolic acid. Answer is carbolic acid. Why? The sentence, if you see in lectures on homeopathy Materia Medica by J.T. Kent about Apis mellifica, the violence and rapidity of Apis. So violence and rapidity of the sting of the honeybee. So what will happen? So he beautifully explains what happens to the poisoning after the sting of honeybee. There will be nausea, anxiety, urticaria all over the body, sting and burns, and wants to be bathed in cold water. The patient will ask for bathing in cold water because of the burning and stinging, and fears he will die, rolls and tosses, and he feels like he's teared into pieces. All these sensations will be there. Then Kent says, very beautifully he says, the antidote for this is carbolic acid. Carbolic acid. I have seen carbolic acid administered in that state, and the patient described the sensation of the carbolic acid going down his throat as a cooling comfort. He will feel all the shock-like symptoms, the hypersensitivity symptoms after the sting of the honeybee. Then, if you give carbolic acid to his throat, he will feel that. He will feel a cooling comfort. So, Kent is saying, by explaining this, true antidotal medicine, if it is true antidotal medicine, goes to the innermost portion of his economy, goes to the innermost portion of the economy. So this is the way the medicines will work. All these things Kent explains there. That is the beauty of Kent's lectures of Homeopathic Materia Medica actually. Apart from his repertory, apart from his philosophy, what makes the uniqueness of his Materia Medica is it is very practically useful. It is very wonderful that if you follow this, if you read this, you will get the remedy, the picture of the remedy very beautifully, and you can use it practically. So in this I want to share my own experience. Like some of the remedies, when you get, see, I had COVID pneumonia in 2021. So during that time I felt like, okay, my remedy at that stage is Staph aureus. I was admitted to hospital, but nothing was done. The first day they didn't do anything because they didn't have the medicines. So they were keeping me there. They were not giving any medicine. So I was trying homeopathic medicines alone. So while I had very severe breathlessness, so I took Staph aureus. Staph aureus due to indications. Then I got very a feeling like a sensation like as if a balloon is poked with a needle and the air is pumping out. That kind of feeling was there. That means our medicine, if it is correct, if it is acting, we will feel that. We will feel like, okay, I am feeling this. As the patient of stinging of honeybee says, when carbolic acid is given for drinking, cooling comfort in the throat. Same way we will feel. We can feel it. So another one important or interesting symptom can say is sometimes if the antidotal medicine is correct and if it is going to the economy, innermost economy, patient will feel the medicine up to his tip of his fingers. Kent explains in that in Apis mellifica. So up to his fingers, up to the toes, patient will feel that remedy. So inside that feeling will be there. So that kind of explanations are there in Kent Materia Medica. So this is carbolic acid. Don't forget, sometimes 2020 question exactly can be repeated or similar question can be repeated in our this year question paper also. So which of the following is a vegetable analog of magnesia phos? So I told you this kind of questions repeatedly asked the areas. In this question paper itself there is something like root, common names, roots. So instead of that, if it is a direct question, one single root is asked. What is pork root? What is which remedy is known as pink root? Like that question comes means you don't have to look at the option. Answer should come in your brain. How it will come? You have to compare, revise and study. So what is the answer here? Answer is chamomilla. So which are the other vegetable analogues? I have uploaded a file today with all the analogues mentioned by the keynote. In that, not only vegetable analog, another one analog I have posted is Eupatorium perfoliatum Materia Medica. You can see one analog, that is Bryonium, which is very comparable remedy with the eupatorium. So where eupatorium is a restless patient with scanty sweat, bryonia is having free sweat and they will be ameliorated by rest. That is the difference. So it is analogous, very comparable, very close running. So I have uploaded the file. You go through all the files what I have uploaded, the study materials, the Allen's keynote diathesis, the temperaments, the relationship, that is antinodal relationship, everything whatever I have uploaded till now. You go through them before like Saturday exam. Once again, twice you once or twice you revise them. Okay. So here, if you see ferrumate, what is the this one vegetable analog? You see China, and sulfur, aloes and lycopodium. Then alumina, bryonia. Then Magphos chamomilla, kali iode, phytolacca. That is a keynote itself. It is mentioned kali iode and phytolacca. Then I'm just going fast because it is already uploaded. Then podophyllum, plumbum met and podophyllum. Then platina and valeriana, okay. Then kali mure and pulsatilla. I told you kali mure and pulsatilla, not kali sulf and pulsatilla, because Schussler's pulsatilla is kali mure, kali sulf. Schussler's pulsatilla, kali sulf, but kali mure is, according to Allen, the vegetable analog of pulsatilla. Then mercurius and mesotherium, then cupramet and ipecac, then natrum mure ignatia. Natrum is a chronic of ignatia, and also the vegetable analog of natrum mure is ignatia. Phosphorus and allium cepa, which is the isomorphic remedy of phosphorus? If question comes like that, what is your answer? Isomorphic of phosphorus. By this time you should be answering. Let me see if you will answer. Isomorphic remedy of phosphorus. Give me the answer. Isomorphic remedy of phosphorus in the chat box, please. Isomorphic remedy of phosphorus. See, the vegetable analog of phosphorus is allium cepa. What is the isomorphic remedy of phosphorus? Yes, very good. Arsenic. Okay, like that you should be having the answer by now. Okay. So such related things, close running things, you have to compare and study. Okay. Next is, given below are two statements. One is labeled as assertion, another is reason. Spigelia is a good remedy for symptoms due to the presence of worms. So worms, we know the name of Spigelia is Spigelia amthelmia, pink root, Loganaceae. So pink root, root related one match the following is there in 2020. Similarly, we can expect this year also. Match the followings will be easy, but you have to be very careful because nobody will make wrong there. Everybody will make it correct. So we should not, by any chance, we should not make any mistake. But by saying this, I am not giving you anxiety, more anxiety. You should not take any anxiety, or you should not be confused that whether it is correct, You should not waste your time. Just give your enough time and move on. Okay. So pink root, Loganaceae family. How to study the remedies? Loganaceae family remedies. Any idea? What is the mnemonic for studying Loganaceae family? I told you once, I think. Have you heard of sign? S-I-G-N. Anybody answer this? What is sign? What is sign? Yeah, very good. What is that? Very good. S is for? Yeah, good. So that is enough. So it should be there in your memory. That's all. Okay. So we are just revising that. So, yeah, Spigelia, then Ignatia. Yeah. Then G is for? Okay, yeah. So neuralgia of fifth nerve is very prominent in its effects. So that is the very important keynote. That is in Spigelia. If you see the first assertion, we will check. adapted to anemic, debilitated subjects of rheumatic diathesis. So diathesis, I have made a very good file where all the diatheses are given, so you can compare them. I have highlighted some of the important ones also. You can revise them. So assertion is true because in keynote itself it is said it is to adapted to scrofulous children afflicted with ascaris lumbricoids. So there they compare Spigelia with Cinna and Stanamet. Okay, ascaris lumbricoids, Stanamet and Cinna. So that's why presence of worms. Then neuralgia of the fifth nerve is very prominent in its effects. This is the sentence not from keynote, it is exact sentence from Boric. That's why I told you the importance of reading all the Allen's keynote remedies simultaneously from Boric and Clark for the AIApget or the UPSC upcoming exams. So Boric, Clark, Allen's keynote, all three should go hand in hand simultaneously. So neuralgia of fifth nerve we cannot find in keynote exactly in this same sentence, but in Boric we can see. And what else we can see in Boric is not only in Boric, in the keynote also, prosopalgia. That is what fifth nerve. Prosopalgia. What is the disease? Prosopalgia. Prosopalgia. That is nothing but trigeminal neuralgia. It's also known as tic dolorex. Tic dolorex. Then it's also known as suicide disease. Suicide disease. They will be having difficult situation. They will have severe pains. Suicide disease. Then also it is known as very interesting name, Fothergill's disease. So these are the synonyms of tic dolorex, suicide disease, then Fothergill's disease, prosopalgia. Everything is the affection of the fifth nerve, that is trigeminal nerve, trigeminal neuralgia. Okay. So this time I am expecting a question like in the anatomy, which are the mixed nerve or which are the sensory nerve, which are the motor nerve of cranial nerves. How to study that? There is a mnemonic. I hope by this time you will be knowing that. Some say money matters. You will be knowing this. Some say, I am just revising some chain question, some related question. Some say money matters. So that is, see, some means S for sensory nerve. The first one, olfactory. Then second one, optic also, sensory nerve. Oculomotor, that is motor nerve. Then fourth M is trochlear nerve, that is also motor nerve. Some say money matter, but is B, both for both mixed and mixed nerve. It is both mixed nerve, that is sensory plus motor. That is the fifth one. Our nerve, our trigeminal nerve is a both mixed nerve, that is motor plus sensory. So but my, again M, motor nerve, the sixth one, abducens nerve. My brother, again B, both mixed nerve, that is facial nerve. Facial nerve, the seventh one is mixed nerve. We can see the sensory aspects and the motor aspects in facial nerve. Then my brother says, again sensory, says big brains matter most. So see, the 12th one is motor, the 11th one is motor, the 10th one is mixed, the 9th one is mixed, and the 8th one is sensory, the 7th one is facial, it is a mixed nerve. So this is a mnemonic for the type of nerve, the motor or sensory. So this is one expected question this time, because recently in anatomy such basic level questions are not touched. So we can expect such question with mnemonics. And the functions of the cranial nerves is very high yielding area in not only in anatomy, also in medicine. Okay, in CNS. So these are the related chain questions. So here D is the answer, because there is no explanation part here. Actually this should have been a statement type question, not assertion reason. Statement 1, statement 2, because there is nothing to explain in this. So actually it can be like this. Actually, instead of neuralgia fifth nerve, if the second line is adapted to scrofulous children afflicted with ascaris lumbricoids, then it is correct explanation, because the adaptation of Spigelia is like that. So that's why Spigelia is a good remedy for symptom due to presence of worm. Then it will be answer C if it was like that, but it is not like that. So we can answer just both are true, no explanation. Okay. So don't think that if both are true, this option should only come. And one more thing I told you last time, see, this option can shuffle every time. So just by one look, don't finalize your answer. Sometimes instead of the third question, this will be here and this will be somewhere else. So the options are always shuffling. So you have to read all the options carefully and click the answer. Okay. And match the list 1 with match list 2. Family names. Okay. Podophyllum. Podophyllum berberidaceae. Then Ledampal ericaceae, Symphytum boraginaceae, Coca lineae. So these are the families. So if you see the common names also will study and go. So Podophyllum May apple, May apple. Then marsh tea, Ledampal marsh tea, Labrador tea. All these names are there for Ledampal. Coca, Erythoxylon coca, Erythoxylon coca. Then Symphytum is having different common names. Comfrey is given in keynote. If you see boric, Comfrey knitbone is written. So knitbone is also a common name of Symphytum. Also boneset is a common name of Symphytum. Also in keynote, if you see thorough word, one remedy is there, thorough word. It's not Symphytum. I am speaking about Eupatorium perfoliatum. Thorough word. It is also having a common name, boneset. So boneset is two remedies common name. One is Symphytum, another one is Eupatorium, boneset. So Symphytum is also having a common name called healing herb. So which is healing herb? It is Symphytum. Healing herb, knitbone, comfrey, boneset, all are common name of Symphytum. Okay. So vomiting in any position except lying on the right side followed by drowsiness and prostration is a symptom of. So I know this is very easy actually. First year itself we studied this remedy. That is Andium tart. Andium tart is the answer. So how is the question? How is the remedy represented in keynote? Vomiting. So after giving vomiting and this simple, different symptoms are given. One is this one, in any position except lying on right side. Another one is until he faints. That is skipped here. It is not there. So vomiting until he faints. If that simple question is coming alone without any other symptoms, that also Andium tart. Vomiting until he faint. Vomiting until he faint. So actually in keynote it is placed like vomiting in any position except lying on right side until he faint, followed by drowsiness and prostration. And also it is not stopping there. Again, vomiting of cholera morbus with diarrhea and cold sweat. A dose after each attack. So Andium tart, a dose after each attack is very beneficial for vomiting of the cholera morbus with diarrhea and cold sweat. It is also comparable with veratrum, similar symptoms in veratrum also. So that is the way question can come. See, vomiting until he faint. If it comes this year, we should not think it is something else. It is actually a related question of 2028 question, Andium tart question. Okay. So, ninth question, headache begins in the occiput and extend overhead, headache of schoolgirl, aggravation 10 to 11 a.m. or 4 to 5 p.m. the indicated remedies. So, the students will tell, second period I get headache. So, we may get very beautiful clue actually for this remedy, MAC force. Okay. Even though the headache of schoolgirls is there, don't get confused with calcareous force, which is also having headache of schoolgirls. But here it is clearly mentioned, exact line from MAC force keynote, that is headache of schoolgirl, aggravation 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. That is the first or second period of the class or the last periods of the class, 4 to 5 p.m. Okay, so extend, begins in occiput and extend over the head. So which are the other comparable remedies in these options? Calcareous force, if you see, headache of schoolgirls. Headache of schoolgirls, it is a common symptom of natrum mur and sorinum also. Then one more is headache with diarrhea. Headache of schoolgirls with diarrhea. Then it is actually calcareous force. Then if it is natrum mur, it is written headache, anemia of schoolgirls. There also calcareous force is there in brackets. So headache of schoolgirls, headache with anemia, etc. Then another one, see, now we are speaking about calcareous force, magnesium force. Now we will see what is then phosphoric acid. Phosphoric acid, a long symptom is there. Headache of schoolgirl from eye strain. I had a case yesterday actually with a girl, 12 years old, 7th standard student. She is having headache. The vision test is correct, eye test, everything is correct. but she is having headache in school. So this phosphoric acid is the remedy actually. Headache of schoolgirl from eye strain or overuse of ice. It is actually comparable, or it is there, the same symptom in calcarea force and natramur also in brackets. Then of students, headache of students who are growing too fast. So who are growing too fast, that is also phosphoric acid. Another one remedy with tubercular diathesis, tuberculinum bovinum or tuberculinum bacillinum. If you see schoolgirls headache, tuberculinum, schoolgirls headache, aggravation by study or even slight mental exertion. Another interesting symptom in tuberculinum is headache when using eyes in close work and glasses fail to ameliorate. So tuberculinum glasses fails to ameliorate. Just like how I told my patient, they have tried vision test, everything it is fine, and glasses everything is not giving any amelioration. So glasses fails to amelioration, tuberculinum. Another one important point added to tuberculinum is with a tubercular history. If it is there with a tubercular history, headache in schoolgirls, aggravation by studying, then definitely it is tuberculinum. Tubercular history. With a tubercular history, glasses fails to ameliorate, everything is tuberculinum. Okay. Then loose cough with badly smelling sputa, and the breath and sputa smell badly to the patient himself is a characteristic of. So here this is a Clark remedy, Clark symptom. It is not found in boric or keynote. Badly smelling sputa, the breath and sputa smell badly to the patient himself. This is a Clark Materia Medica symptom of Sanguinaria canadensis, that is the blood root. We will see all the roots now. Blood root. Pukkun also is a common name. Pukkun or Pakun. See, this is, if you get this common name, it is Sanguinaria Pakun or Pukkun. Sanguinaria canadensis. Okay. So that is Clark symptom of sanguinaria, badly smelling sputa, loose cough. The breath and sputa smell badly to the patient himself. This kind of question can be repeated again, same question. So 11th question, rheumatic troubles which are aggravated in fall or spring when the air is full of melting snow. Actually, according to the answer key, and the answer here, close running answer is calcarea force. But in keynote, if you see, rheumatism is better in spring, but still you have to go for this answer because melting snow aggravation is calcarea force. That itself can be a single question. They can, unique single question they can ask, direct question, aggravation melting snow or worse in melting snow, calcarea force. The affection from sudden surprises, especially joyful surprises, very emotional, cophia. It is also comparable to Ignatia symptom. Dyspnea, aggravation sitting after sleep in room. Aggravation in room, aggravation sitting, aggravation after sleep. Amelioration by dancing or walking rapidly. It's a very unique symptom of septia. Then abuse of mercury in syphilis in massive doses. Auromet, in the first line of keynote itself, the adaptability, the constitutions which are broken down with the use of mercury. It is written Auromet, abuse of mercury in syphilis in massive doses, Auromet. So answer is B, where A 3, then B 1, that is cophia, then C 4, that is sepia, dyspnea. So dyspnea, interesting modalities, aggravation, amelioration by standing, amelioration after stool, all these are there. Which is the dyspnea amelioration stool? Which remedy? Dyspnea amelioration by stool. Which remedy? Dyspnea amelioration by stool. Any idea? By this time you should be knowing this. Okay. No worries. You again, once again, you go through the whole Materia Medica like material you have, whatever you studied from the classes, from the coachings, from the guidebooks, then you will get it. Okay, and once you see the option, you will answer it. But maybe because of difficulty in chatting, accessing the chat box, you are not answering fast. But You should be knowing. Okay, dyspnea, amelioration by stool, a very unique symptom. Boric remedy. See, 100 boric remedies I have done in a video, cherry picked by Friend of Health. One video series is there, 10 episodes, 10 into 10. Each episode 10 remedies, 100 remedies are there. That is a must watch actually. Today itself you complete it. You can watch it in 1.5x speed or 2x speed, so that you will cover it at least. All the important boric remedies are there. All the practically useful plus exam oriented remedies are there. It is very, very important. You will not get any other question other than that from Boric. Out of that 100 question, only your question for AIApget will be there from Boric. It is very, very important. Okay, in that also it is there. Okay. Dyspnea, amelioration by standing up, which is a remedy. I hope you are with me. Yeah, very good. Cannabis sativa. Asthma relieved by stool or dyspnea. That's same actually. Asthma relieved by stool was my question. Pothos. Okay, pothos. Pothos or ictodes. Ictodes fetida. Pothos fetida. Okay. So such questions should be there near tip of the tongue. Okay, by this time. And next question. This remedy is a cardiac stimulant affecting the peripheral vessels and coronary arteries. This remedy is a cardiac stimulant affecting the peripheral vessels and coronary arteries. A very good symptom from Boric. If you see, this is nothing else. See, Scylla, tender feet of shop girls. Like there is a remedy, tender feet with shop girls. Very interesting. Tender feet with the shop girls. Those who are standing always in the shop. Feet get sore from standing. Feet get sore from standing. You can actually compare remedies like Allium Seppa in the keynote. So, Spilla maritima, sea onion. Then eyes, another important symptom is there, interesting symptom is there. It's a boric remedy actually. Sensation, a sensation as if swimming in cold water. Eyes swimming in cold water. Eye sensation as if swimming in cold water. Swimming in cold water. Then yeah, that's what this remedy. The cardiac symptom is cardiac stimulant affecting the peripheral vessels and coronary arteries. Okay, if at all there are very close running remedies like Adonis or other heart remedies, it will be you will be having confusion. So you go through these previous question papers. Don't stop there. Go to the Materia Medica and read all the interesting unique symptoms, so that if at all this year they are asking another symptom like tender feet with shop girls, you can answer Skilla again. Okay. Next is crops of small boils, intensely painful, successively appear in the nose. Green fitted pus is the symptom of. So this similar symptom you can see in different areas. Crops of small boils, sulfur. Crops of small boils, arnica. Then all these remedies. So here the remedy is tuberculinum. Tuberculinum, this exact sentence you can see. Crops of small boil, intensely painful, successfully appear in the nose. So what is there in arnica? Tendency to small painful boils one after another, extremely sore. This is what mentioned in arnica. In the brackets, sulfur is mentioned. Small boils in crops. Small boils in crops. Sulfur. Okay. So if you see sulfur exactly, boils coming in crops in various parts of the body, or a single boil is succeeded by another as soon as first is healed. So as soon as first is healed, the second one will come. So that is having brackets tubovenum in sulfur. So these are very close running symptoms actually, tubovenum, sulfur, arnica, etc. So next is painless hematuria, blood thoroughly mixed with urine, sediment like coffee grounds, cloudy, smoky, albuminous, profuse, dark or black is the symptom of. So the answer is terebinth oleum. So this is close running. The coffee grounds, if you have another remedy, Crotalus horridus in the brackets, you will have confusion. Why? Because here it is urine, but in Crotalus horridus, two things: vomiting and stool. Two things are coffee ground. Vomiting of black or coffee ground. Actually, it is not that alone. It is having different vomiting patterns. So one is black or coffee ground vomiting in Crotalus horridus. Another is diarrhea in Crotalus horridus. I am speaking about Crotalus horridus now. Vomiting and diarrhea. Diarrhea, stools, black, thin, like coffee grounds. Thin stool, black stool, like coffee grounds. And next is a very interesting question. Once you see the question, you will skip it. But actually, it is easy. See, according to lectures on Materia Medica by J.T. Kendon, Aconite and Apelles, Aconite is a short-acting remedy. Aconite is suited to complaints that come on suddenly from the very cold weather of winter or from the intensely hot weather of summer. See, beauty of Aconite is once you practice in any acute case, sudden onset, coming after drafts of cold air, cold weather, winter, from the intensely hot weather, you can actually give Aconite and try. No other remedy will be required. Aconite will do its duty, and you will never give it because you will forget Aconite because you have studied it in first year. Most of the time, people have a laziness to practice with Aconite. They will think about big remedies. But the first year remedy is a very beautiful remedy, very acute remedy, we will forget. So Aconite, you keep it in your rack every time. In any acute cases, it's very useful for the urine retention in children, in newborns. See, here also it is written, Kent itself. Aconite is one of the best remedy for retention of urine in the newborn. I have a case, very interesting case actually, of the size of a ball, a big ball, more than a bigger than a tennis ball, a big bladder in a boy of 2.5 years. I got a retention of urine case. Then I gave Aconite in water doses. Within 3 doses, the patient, within half an hour, the patient passed the urine beautifully. They were very worried actually. So that was actually due to some fear. The baby was not passing urine. Okay, such cases can be, we can clear them. Then Aconite belongs to Rubiaceae family. It is wrong. It is Ranunculaceae family. We are very sure about this point. So, but we are not sure because we have not read J.T. Kent Aconitum. So, we are not sure whether this sentence is there in Aconite, whether this sentence is there in Aconite. We are not sure. In Aconite, everything tastes bitter except water. We are not sure whether this sentence is there, whether this symptom is there in Kent. We are not sure. But still, see the option. In every option, there is C. A, B, C, D, A, C, D, E, B, C, D, E, which is wrong. We are very sure it is not Rubiaceae family. It is Ranunculaceae family. And we are going for this blindly. Even though we are not sure about the E, D, and B, we are going for it. Okay, but still, we are correct. So such questions will be there in every question paper. It may, in practice of medicine, in surgery, it will look like a very tough question, but it will come down as a very easy one in the options. Some answer following will be there, it will look like very tougher one, but one point you will be knowing and that point will be there in the option as a clue. So such things you don't miss it because intelligent people make intelligent guesses. So you have to be there in their team, then only you can be in the topper list. Okay. Match list 1 with list 2. So here the roots, different roots, we have done all these in an introductory class, families, roots, etc. So in the keynote, if you see Asarum europaeum, Asarum, that is European snake root. European snake root, the first root common name in Allen's keynote, Asarum europaeum. Next is Collinsonia, our Collinsonia, that is stone root. Stone root Collinsonia. Then the Phytolacca, poke root, Phytolacca. Then we have Sanguinaria, that is blood root. Then the Spigelia pink root. So, which is the orange root remedy. It is not a boric remedy. I mean, it is not a keynote remedy. It is a boric remedy. Anybody? Orange root. Yes, very good. Hydrastis. So we should know. See, today I have done 2020 question paper. Similarly, if you are doing any other subject like repertory, you go to the authentic books, not any online Google search result or anything, or in your mobile application or anything. You don't go for that. Keep the repertories with you. Keep the essentials of repertorization with you. Then you fast you do it. Then you find the answer in the book. Then you can be very sure. Only very negligible amount of mistake is there in essentials or authorization. Otherwise, it is a perfect book. 99.99% it is perfect. Very less mistakes are there, but that also is negligible. So it is a high yielding book, just like Alan's keynote. You go through every pages. If possible, do a chitti revision. Chitti means the chitti robot movies. Fast reading should be there. You should not stop anywhere, pause anywhere. You should not slow down anywhere. It should be very fast revision. Then you can easily do it. Okay. So today itself or tomorrow I'll be doing the next 2021 22 23 classes, and along with that 100 plus Materia Medica last moment revision. I have done one video. Definitely you have to watch it, because every question paper 3 or 4 questions I used to get it from that, and last NAM exam Kerala also 3 or 4 questions was there from that. Every exam, UPSC exam, because that much close running material is there in that. Similar one with some of them repetition. I have done one material. If possible, I'll do it in the live class. Otherwise, I'll post it in the YouTube so that you can watch. And to avoid the ads which is coming in YouTube, I will upload it in our class also after the recording, so that you can watch without any ads. Okay, in the course. All the best wishes. I'll announce the next class soon. So keep checking the phone every 4 hourly or 5 hourly, because I want to finish before Thursday. And Thursday, Friday, you should devote yourself totally in revision, your own last moment revision book. Okay, best wishes.